Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss lambda functions or anonymous functions in Python. Okay. In this video, we are going to discuss lambda functions. Okay. So as I said earlier, this lambda function is a anonymous function. Okay. It can take any number of arguments. That's very important. Okay. It can take any number of arguments, but it should have only one expression. Okay. The syntax for lambda function is we need to intimate that this is a lambda function through lambda, L-A-M-B-D-A, lambda. Then input arguments we have to define, then colon, okay, whatever the expression. So as I stated earlier, these arguments can be any number. Okay, we can use any number of arguments, whereas this expression, that should be only one expression. Okay, so this particular expression is executed, okay, by getting the inputs through the arguments, and this lambda function returns the result. Okay. So what is the basic difference between a conventional function and lambda function? Okay, so let me define a user defined function cube. Okay, if I supply some number a, it will take cube of that and it will return that. Okay, so we know how to define a user defined function. Let us use def to define the user defined function. Okay, and the function name is cube, and it takes a as the input. Okay, single input argument. We need to use colon at the end. Okay, return a cube. So a star asterisk 3, that will give a cube. Okay, so now I am going to print. Okay, since cube is the user defined function, I am going to give some number. Okay, it can be any number. For example, I am just giving 5. Okay, so this 5 is taken as a, so 5 cube, it will return 125. Okay, obviously if you see, I am just using only one expression. Okay, a cube, that's the only, I am just using only one expression. For that, I am just defining the function. Okay, it is actually wastage of the resource. So instead of doing this, I have only one expression. Okay, so instead of using the conventional user defined function, I can go for the lambda function. So as I said earlier, I'm just using lambda. Okay, the argument is a colon. Okay, the expression is a cube. Okay, this is stored. Okay, this is assigned to f. Okay, so if you print f of some number, say for example, I will use the same number 5, it will return 125. So let us verify this through Python. Okay, so let me define the user defined function. Define cube, it takes one input argument. Okay, it will return a cube, a star 3. Okay, now let us print cube of 10. Okay, you execute this, we just see. Okay, you just see here we are getting 1000 as the answer. Let me do it with the lambda function. F is equal to lambda. Okay, once you type lambda, you just see the color is changing. The input is a. Okay, the expression is a cube. Okay, so now let me print f of the same input argument I am giving 10. Okay, same input I am giving. Execute this. I am just getting 1000. Same answer. I am just getting 1000. Okay. So now, as I stated earlier, lambda functions can take any number of input arguments. Okay. In the previous example, I took only one input argument. Now let me go for more than one input argument. You can also verify this through user defined function. What I'm doing, I have created a function add underscore 2. Two input arguments are given. It returns a plus b. Okay. If I print add underscore 2, if I give any two inputs, it will add those two things and it will give the output. The same thing I can do it with lambda function. Okay. So lambda, the input arguments a comma b colon the expression a plus b, that is equal to f. Okay. So let us try this. So let me define a user defined function. Add two numbers, the input arguments a comma b. Okay. So it has to return a plus b. Okay. So print the user defined function name add underscore 2. I'm just giving some two numbers 5, 6. Execute this. I'm just getting 11. Let me comment other things. I'm not going to use these things. Okay. So let me do it with lambda function. So f is equal to lambda, okay, a comma b colon a plus b. So print f of, okay, I'm just giving two input arguments 5 comma 6. Execute this. You just see I'm just getting the same output. Okay. So this can be extended to any number of input arguments. Let me take 3 input arguments a, b, c. I'm going to add a plus b plus c. Okay, let me give another input 4. So 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 4, 15. I need to get 15. Yeah, I'm just getting 15. Okay. So why we need to go for lambda functions? Okay. The power of lambda function is better shown when you use them as an anonymous function inside another function. Okay. There is a user defined function. Okay, within that function I'm going to use this lambda function as an anonymous function. Okay, that is why it is created. For example, I have some function. Okay, my function, this is the user defined function. It takes n as the input argument. Okay, within that you can see I'm just using lambda function. Okay, within that you just see I'm just using lambda function. For this lambda function, a is the input. The expression is, okay, the expression is a star n, where n is some unknown number which I am getting through this my function command. Okay, so let us write a simple code. Okay, use the lambda function to make a function that always doubles the number. Okay, if I give some number as the input, okay, it should double. So first you just see I have defined some function using define keyword. It takes n as the input. Okay, so the objective is I need to double. Okay, I need to double this a. So what I am doing, I am multiplying, okay, a by n. So this n should be 2. Okay, this n should be 2. If I want to triple, this n should be 3. So we know that we need to pass the input through that user defined function myfunc. Okay, in bracket I'm just giving 2. Whatever I am just supplying here, that is actually n. Okay, that is actually n. See, this is assigned to my doubler. Okay, my doubler, some object. Okay, so I'm just giving 20 as the input for this my doubler. Okay, which is nothing but a. Okay, so this particular function, let me explain one more time. I'm just defining some user defined function. That function takes n as the input argument. Okay, this function returns, okay, some lambda function. This particular function returns some lambda function. So the lambda function takes a as the input. Okay, and the corresponding expression a star n. Okay, So you just remember we need to give two inputs. One input is a for the lambda function, another input for the my function. Okay. So we know that in the previous cases we used f or something. Okay, f or something for this. Here also f, I think earlier I used f for this lambda function. Okay, this object I'm just using f. Here also I need to use some object for this lambda function. So this will return, okay, this particular lambda function will return something. Okay, so you just see some name doubler that is equal, this is something like, you just imagine this is f equal to my function. Okay, so I'm just giving some input for this my function, input argument. So this is actually n. Okay, so earlier I used f of 5, f of 6, something like that. Here what I need to do, print, instead of f I'm just using my doubler, this particular object, and I'm just giving some input. Okay, say for example it is 20. Okay, so whatever I am giving here, that is actually a input for the lambda function. Whatever I am giving here, that is the input for the user defined function. Okay, try to understand this. So if I go for Python, you can understand it better. Let me comment these things. So define, okay, my function, it takes some input argument n. Okay, it will return, okay, some value which is a lambda function, lambda. Okay, a is the input, expression is a star n. So the user defined function is over. Okay, so now the object is my function. I'm just supplying the input through this my function. Okay, this is n. Then I'm just printing this my doubler. So I need to feed the input for the lambda function, which is a. So let me give that value as 20. Okay, so 20 into 2, I need to get 40 as the answer. Yeah, I'm just getting 40. Let me try with some other number. Okay, 100. So I'm just getting 200. In the same way, we can also give the other things. Okay, say for example, there is some number, I want to triple that number. I'm just getting some giving input as some number. Okay, so my func, okay, so n is equal to 3, so it will triple. So let me take 10 as the input. Okay, for doubler this a is 10. For tripler, okay, for tripler also I'm just giving the same thing. Okay, so this is a, my doubler and my tripler. Okay, a value is 10, whereas n value is different. For my doubler, I'm just giving n equal to 2. For my tripler, n equal to 3. Okay, so I need to get 20 and 30. Yeah, we are getting 20 and 30. Okay, so where we can use these lambda functions. Okay, one example is filter method. Okay, so for this filter, there are two inputs. One is some user defined function. Okay, this function, and the other one is iterable. It can be a list. Okay, something like this. So it will return an iterator yielding those items for iterable for which the function is true. Okay, so again it will work. Okay, whenever this particular function is true, from the list, okay, based on the function, okay, function statement, it will filter some items and it will return. Okay, say for example, I have a list of numbers 4, 3, 1, 0, 6, 8, 11, 13. Okay, so I want to filter only the odd numbers from the list. So this filter, we know that this filter we need to give two inputs. One is iterable, that is number, in this case num, and the second one, the first one, we need to define what is a function. Okay, the function is odd. I need to define this particular function is odd. Okay, whatever the odd numbers from this list, okay, from this list I have to take and I have to give. So basically this filter will return the output as a sequence. I want the output in list format, so I'm just using list before that. Okay, then print this odds. It will print only the odd numbers, say 3, 1, 11, 13. Okay, so let us try this. In Python. 4310. So number 4310. Okay, 6, 8, 11, 13. 6, 8, 11, 13. Okay, some number, some sequence. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just defining the user define function. Define is odd. Okay, define is odd. Some n is the input. If n divided by 2, okay, not equal to 0. Okay, return, okay, return n by 2, n mod 2 not equal to 0. Okay, if it is even, it should be 0. Okay, this will return true or false. Okay, true or false. So let me use this. So I'm using filter. For filter, first input is the function. The function name is odd. The second input is the list, which is num. Also, I need the output in list format, not the sequence. So I'm just using list. This should be assigned to, okay, some variable odd. So if I print this odd, I need to get only the odd numbers. Let me try. Yeah, I'm just getting only the odd numbers. 3, 1, 11, 13. Maybe, okay, instead of this not equal to, if I put double equal to, it should return only the even numbers. Okay, yeah, it is returning the even numbers. This is working well. Okay, so this is the use of filter command. Okay, so this particular function will return true or false. Based on that, I'm going to filter the elements from the num. Okay, so I want to use lambda function here. I don't want this user defined function. You just see only one expression is available here. So I want to use lambda function. So odd, okay, is equal to list filter. So the first input for the filter is function. Which one is a lambda function now? Okay, lambda. The input is n. Okay, the expression is n mod 2 not equal to 0. Okay, n mod 2 not equal to 0. The iterable is num. Okay, so let me print this odd. Execute this. I'm getting the same output. Okay, I'm just getting the same output. This is the filter function. In filter method, I'm just using lambda function. Then the second one, map method. Okay, I want to change. Okay, I want to modify. Okay, all the elements. Okay, I want to modify all the elements. In such cases, I can go for map. Okay, what I want to do, whatever the odd numbers I have filtered out, I want to add +1 with each and every entry of this odd. Okay, this odd is basically a list. I want to add +1 for each and every element of this odd. Okay, so I'm just defining a user defined function def update, the input is n, return n+1. Okay, so for this map, again, what is the function? The second one is the list. Odds is the list. Okay, this will again give the sequence. I want the output in list format, so I'm just using the list command. If I print evens, it will print all the even numbers. Okay, so let me try this. So define update, the input is n. Okay, what it will do, it will add 1 to, okay, the input n. So let me define even is equal to list map, the function name is update, the array one is odd. Okay, I need to print even. Okay, so you just see with all the elements odd, okay, I have added 1. So 3 become 4, 1 become 2, 11 become 12, 13 become 14. Okay, so now I want to use a lambda function here. So you just see there is only one expression here. Okay, one input argument. So even is equal to list of map. Instead of this update function, I just want to use lambda. The input is n, the output is, sorry, the expression is n+1. Okay, the input, the iterable is even, sorry, odd, the iterable is odd. Okay, so print even. Okay, you just see I'm just getting the same output. Okay, so in map method also we can use lambda function. Then reduce method. Okay, again the keyword is the function and the sequence. So this function can be a user defined function or lambda function. Okay, what it will, this reduce method will do, this function, okay, 2 arguments at a time, it takes 2 arguments and cumulatively it will perform some operation. Okay, finally it will reduce the entire sequence, okay, to a single value. That's why this is called a reduce method. So we'll get a single value. For example, 1 2 3 4 5, this is the list. So what I will do, every time I will take 2 and I will add. Okay, 1 plus 2 it's 3, then 3 plus 3 it's 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15, it will return 15. It will do this operation. Okay, you just see the brackets carefully. 1 plus 2, then plus 3, then plus 4, okay, then plus 5. Totally will get 15. For example, let me use this reduce. Okay, I have a sequence 4 2 12 14. I want to multiply all. Okay, this evens, whatever I got from the earlier output, map output is even. I want to multiply all the elements. Okay, it's very important that this reduce, okay, this reduce method is actually defined in functools. Okay, so first, before using the reduce, we need to import, okay, reduce from the functools. Okay, so let us try this. So let me define the function. Define multiplication all. Okay, it takes 2 input arguments a b, so it will return a star b. Okay, it will return a star b from functools import reduce. Okay, from functools import reduce. So mul, okay, multiplication is equal to reduce, because I'm going to get a single value. So okay, I'm not using that list one. Reduce, the first input is multiply all, the second input is this even. Okay, even. Let me print this multiplication. I got some number 1344. Let us verify. I'm just multiplying 4, 2, 12, 14. Okay, I got the same answer. For this reduce method, so I can use lambda function, because here you just see there is only one expression. So what I'm doing, mul is equal to reduce, okay, lambda, the input is a comma b, the output is a star b, okay, then even, okay, print mul, okay, we are getting the same answer. Okay, so in this video we have discussed the lambda function, okay, in which places we can use lambda function. We discussed some examples like filter method, map method, reduce method, and we also discussed that this lambda function is powerful when you use this inside another function. Okay, so I referred this particular website to get the information about the lambda function, w3schools.com. okay, I hope you understood the lambda function. Thank you.